Chakradhara. Okay, this is a supplementary reading. Why supplementary reading is being placed into your syllabus? Why? Because those are the such a stories where it is very easy to understand and which has very high sense of morals. Okay, here is such a story we will be going on with today. So let us have the story how it is. So dear children, please open up the textbook 106. Let's go with the story. And before going to the story, I would like to give you some information about Vishnu Sharma. So this story is a part of Panchatantra. What is Panchatantra? You already know that. That is the short fables, collection of short fables is that we call as Panchatantra, which is majorly with the animals, right? Yes, Panchatantra deals with the animals, life of animals and the habitat of animals and the living being of animals, how it is. So this Panchatantra is given by Vishnu Sharma. So it is believed that, so it has given around 3rd century BC. Fine. So we are not very sure that this is the person particularly who has given Panchatantra, but we can surely say that the collection of fables of Panchatantra is given by Vishnu Sharma. Okay, Vishnu Sharma is one of the Persian author, he is one of the scholar, so he has given the Panchatantra stories. So one among the Panchatantra story is Suvarna Siddi and Chakradhara. So dear children, so I want you people to open the textbook. I'll read the lesson once, please hear it. I hope everybody are following the model reading. Here supplementary reading, Suvarna Siddi and Chakradhara. Suvarna Siddi told this story to his friend Chakradhara. A big strange bird Berunda lived on the banks of a lake called Sangama. He had 2 heads and single body. One day, as he was wandering on the banks of the lake, he found a fruit which was delicious as ambrosia. One of his heads mumbled, "Oh, what a fruit! I'm sure the heavens have sent it for me. I'm so lucky." Hearing this, the second head said, "Oh brother, let me also taste the fruit you are praising so much." The first head laughed and said, "Both of us have the same stomach. It makes no difference whether I eat or you eat. I shall give it to our beloved. She will be very happy." Berunda thus gave the fruit to his wife, that is Lata. The second head was disappointed at what the first head did. He was waiting for a chance to take revenge. Okay, so this is how about Suvarna Siddi and Chakradhara are the 2 friends. Okay, they are narrating the stories to one another. First, Suvarna Siddi is narrating a story to Chakradhara. That story includes one of the big strange bird, Berunda. Strange means different, unique. Okay. Berunda means 2-headed bird. So dear children, Berunda is a bird which we have already implemented in our emblem, national emblem. Okay. So let us state emblem. Let us see that in our picture. Okay. Let us see the emblem in the picture. You can have the idea what is Berunda. Okay. Berunda means 2-headed bird. A big strange bird, Berunda lived on the banks of the lake called Sangama. So there was one bird which is surviving on the lake Sangama. Okay. He had 2 heads and single body. As I told you, Berunda will be having 2 heads and a single body. One day, as he was wandering on the banks of the lake, one of the day, as usual the days were going, one of the day, when he was wandering on the banks of the lake, he found one of the fruit say that Amrita. Yes. So that is how the ambrosia was found by the Berunda. Okay, one of the head found it. One of his heads mumbled. So two among one head mumbled. Okay, saying in a slower manner, repeatedly. Oh, what a fruit! He's praising the fruit, okay, which is on the lake Sangam. I'm sure the heavens have sent it for me. Okay, one of the head among two heads is mumbling, is saying that. So that fruit is sent for me, specially sent for me. I'm so lucky, I'm feeling so lucky and glad that the fruit which is from heaven, it is sent for me. Hearing this, by hearing to the first head that the first head is praising the fruit very much, the second head, it says, oh brother, let me also taste the fruit which you are praising so much. Let me also taste and let me also try to praise the fruit which you are praising so much. I hope it will be very delicious and it looks so attractive. The first head laughed and said, see, the first head, it laughed and said that is, both of us have the same stomach. Why it says like that? Because Berunda is a bird which has two heads and single body. That's why the first head says to the second head that, so we both of us have the same body. Whatever, either you eat it or I eat it, it goes for the same stomach. I shall give it to our beloved. Okay, the first head says that I'll give this fruit to our beloved wife Tatilata. She will be so happy, she'll feel so glad that we have given so delicious fruit to her. The second head was disappointed at what the first head did. Obviously, so the first head did not let the second head to taste the ambrosia, the fruit ambrosia. That's why the second head was disappointed and it was waiting for the time to take the revenge of the first head. Let's see the next paragraph. One day, the second head found a poisonous fruit and told the first head, you treacherous fellow, for what you have done to me, I will eat this poisonous fruit and avenge your insult. The first head said, you fool, if you eat that, both of us will die. See, one day after the second head was disappointed, after that one day, the second head found one of the poisonous fruit on the same Sangama lake. Okay, by thinking that by eating this fruit, I will take the avenge, means inflict harm in return. See, the first head disappointed the second head, right? That's why even the second head is also thinking to disappoint the first head. It is trying to take the revenge. It found the poisonous fruit on the lake Sangama and it said that I'll eat this poisonous fruit and so that I can pay you avenge of insult. Okay, then the first head shouted that you fool, if you eat the fruit, the poisonous fruit, both of us will be vanishing out. Okay, we are demolishing out. The first head said, you fool, if you eat that, both of us will die. Ignoring the first head's warning, the second head ate the poisonous fruit and both of them died. So, ignoring the first head's warning that the second head shouldn't eat the poisonous fruit, it ate that. Second head ate that poisonous fruit and both of them died at the same time. Why? Because the bird Berunda has two heads and a single body. Whoever eats the poisonous fruit, okay, it affects for the both heads. That's why the both heads died there. After listening to the story, Chakradhara said, friend, what you say is true. You can go home, but don't go alone. So after listening to the story, Chakradhara is saying, yes friend, you're right. What you told the story is obviously right. You go for home now, he says. See, dear children, I hope you too understood the story very well, right? shaped second head. That's why it was disappointed, and one day it found the poisonous fruit and the second head ate that. Both of the heads were died. Yes, that's why by this what we can understand. Yes, very good. That is, we must not follow the revenge. Okay, we must not give the written revenge to the people. Why? Because it may harm even us also. That's why very patiently we have to wait for the right time to realize their mistake. Okay, instead we shouldn't try to take the revenge, because that revenge even may affect us. I hope everybody followed the story very well. Yes, let's go for the next story, dear children. So this story, first story, Beirunda's story is set by Suvarna Siddi to Chakradhara. Okay, now let's see what happens. When Chakradhara said, "Go for home, but don't go alone," let's see what happened there. Suvarna Siddi asked Chakradhara, "Why shouldn't I not go alone? Why should you not?" Okay, I will tell you a story. Now Chakradhara is narrating one of the story to Suvarna Siddi, that why shouldn't one go to home alone, or one must not go alone anywhere else. So wherever we are going, we must have a companion along with us. First you need to meet. Do you know how a boy survived because he heeded his mother's advice and took a crab as his traveling companion, said Chakradhara. He is asking Suvarna Siddi. How was that? Asked Suvarna Siddi, perplexed. The meaning of perplexed is surprised. Thus Chakradhara narrated the story. For that, Chakradhara narrated story to Suvarna Siddi. Brahmadatta lived in a city called Varnavrata with his old mother. One day, when he was planning to travel to another village, his mother told him not to travel alone, but take someone along with him. The boy said that the way to the village was safe and he was leaving on an urgent business. He asked her not to be afraid of him. Knowing that he determined to go, the mother went to the well in the backyard and took out a crab and asked her son to keep the crab with him during the travel. The boy then put the crab into a camphor box, took the box in a vessel and set out on his journey. That being summer, the day was very hot and the boy halted and took rest under a big tree. Okay? Let us see how the Chakradhara is telling Suvarna Siddi one of the story. Why shouldn't we go alone somewhere? There was Brahmadatta lived in a city called Varnavrata. There was a person whose name was Brahmadatta. He lived in a city called Varnavrata with his old mother. Okay, there one day he was planning to travel another village. So he was going on some urgent business to somewhere else. That's why he's So here Chakradhara is narrating one of the story to the Brahmadatta. That is, there was a person called Brahmadatta. He was living in a place Varnavrata with his old mother. By then, when he was planning to travel to another village, so he is trying to go to another village. He is traveling to another village for the purpose of an urgent business purpose. His mother told him not to travel alone. The mother of Brahmadatta told him not to travel alone, but instead she suggested to have a companion with him. Okay. Then he said that the boy said that the way to the village was safe and he was not leaving and he was leaving on an urgent business. Okay, that's why the boy couldn't think of a companion because the way to the village was safe and he is planning to return very early to home. Knowing that he was determined to go, the mother went to the well in the backyard. Okay, as he was not taking any of the companion, that's why the mother goes to the backyard of the home where there is a well in their backyard and she brings one of the crab. Crab means AD, as you can find in the picture. Okay, she brings a crab, she puts that crab into one of the camphor box. Okay, camphor means a white volatile crystalline. Okay, as you can find in the picture, what is camphor means? Yes, camphor means in Kannada we call that as karpura. Okay, which used to worship the god, right? So there she puts the crab in one of the camphor box and she gives the box to his son. The boy, it was summer. Okay, that's why the boy thought of resting. Okay, he was resting under a tree. The day was very hot and boy halted and took rest under a big tree. Usually in the ancient times, so there were so many trees where the travelers can rest there and so that they can move very easily for the further journey. Okay, he rests under a tree. By then what happens, let's see. From the hollow of the tree, the snake emerged and attracted by the fragrance of camphor, swallowed the box containing the crab. The crab came out of the box and killed the snake. The boy woke up to find the dead snake and the open camphor box. When he saw the crab alive beside the open camphor box, he at once realized what had happened. He remembered his mother's words and thought that he did well by heeding her advice that saved him from death. Okay, from the hollow of the tree. Hollow means it is something like opening between two ends. Okay, this the container which has two ends also opening. From the hollow of the tree, from the tree trunk, there is a hollow there. Okay, you can find in the picture the hollow means. Okay, you can find that the meaning of hollow. See, from the hollow of the tree, the snake comes out for the fragrance. It was attracted by the fragrance of the camphor and it swallowed the camphor box in which the crab was there. Okay, as he swallowed the camphor box, so there is a crab into the camphor box, right? The crab came out of the camphor box and killed the snake. Okay, and the crab was alive. By then, the boy Brahmadatta woke up and had seen that the crab is alive, and also he had seen that the snake had fell dead around him. Okay, by then he realized what had happened actually there. Okay, then he realized that he did a very good thing. He did very good thing that he did means he has listened to the advice of his mother, that to take a companion along with us whenever we travel somewhere else, because it will be safer if we go on with any of the danger. Chakradhara concluded his story telling Suvarna Siddi how important it is always to have a companion. He then agreed to Suvarna Siddi taking leave of him. Okay, yes, by then Suvarna Siddi concluded, he ended his story telling Suvarna Siddi how important it is always to have a companion along with us. Why? Because if we go on with certain danger, there will be one who will be saving us, right? That's why we must always have a companion with us whenever we are going, so that we are safer. Fine. So that we are safer enough to save ourselves from the danger. Right. This is how all had happened. So these two stories, the simple stories, one is narrated by Suvarna Siddi to Chakradhara, which is that Berunda story narrated by Suvarna Siddi to Chakradhara, whereas Brahmadatta story is narrated by Chakradhara to Suvarna Siddi. Right? I hope everybody understood the story well what had happened, and we have learned two huge morals. I want you people to tell me what are the morals you have come to know. Okay? So let's wait for the next class. Until then, have a good time. Bye bye.